to the entertainer talking sports.
What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video and another tough loss for the New York Giants this year as we drop to 4-12 as I'm getting set to recap the game between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles and really just recap the season. It was a tough year, and I'm going to be streaming the Sunday night game. I'm not going to get that on time because I got to eat. So if you guys are watching this, that's why. I'll probably live at about 8:50. But I wanted to recap this game because I recap all the games, and this is a tough one to take because obviously going in, it's Eli's last game. We have an opportunity to knock the Eagles out of the playoffs, and we were locked into the 4 pick. Going in, I don't think any of us expected the Washington Redskins to win that game as they lose by like 30 points, and they'll get the number 2 pick. We'll be picking at number 4, and, we'll be talking about that all offseason. Our draft pick, the free agency money, and the coaching search, which I expect to happen. I think we will be moving on from Pat Shurmur, and I hope we bring the right guy in, because we need to. We got a young quarterback. We got a young defense. We got some assets, be it free agency money to spend. I think Dave Gettleman will stay on as it will be his first free agency period, really, since he's been here where he has real money to spend, and we'll see what he could do with it. And a lot of draft picks. He's drafted very well. You've seen a lot of the rookies all year, Dexter Lawrence, Darius Slayton, everybody else play very well for the New York Giants. So, hopefully we can get things going. I expect this to be a much more competitive team next year. I just hope they bring on the right coach that could give Daniel Jones the opportunity to progress in his second year. But, I just want to say congratulations to the Eagles fans. I have a lot of great Eagles supporters on my channel. Obviously I'm not happy that you won, but you guys are headed to the playoffs, and you guys have a tough team. Sperm Cell, Chip Kelly, John Letourneau, the Video Makers, Philly 500, Lloyd Brunson. Congratulations. So I'm not going to be rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for whoever you guys play in the first round, but you guys got in, and Carson Wentz will get an opportunity to start in his first playoff game. We'll see how he does. And you guys doubled us up today. The better team won. Not going to take that away from you. You guys were banged up. You guys have the heart of a champion. You guys find ways to win football games. Said that earlier in the year when you guys went into Lambeau when everybody wrote you off. And you guys deserve it. 9-7 is what it is. The Giants won a Super Bowl at 9-7, so nobody should count you guys out as far as I'm concerned. Anybody can win in the playoffs, and you guys have proven to be able to do it in the past. So I won't write you guys off. That's for sure. Giants played a tough game in the first half. The defense kept us close. Offense couldn't move the ball. The reason we got killed down the stretch was because of the offense. First half, they beat us by like 10 minutes in the time of possession. Leonard Williams played a really good game on defense yet again. Came up with his first half a sack. Had a big swatted ball. Stuffed the run holes. He played really well. I'm trying to think of other standouts. Julian Love played a good game. He had a couple of nice open field tackles. Dalvin Tomlinson's always good. But, the secondary obviously needs to improve. We let up a lot of third and longs as usual. A lot of soft zone coverage. It was really noticeable in this game. And we got killed out of the backfield by Boston Scott in the passing game. The running game, like I said, it's been really good since Williams has gotten here. Dexter Lawrence and him have clogged up the run holes, and yet again, it was good today. 3.9 yards a carry. Yeah, they had 121 yards, but 3.9 yards a carry is not too shabby. They held Boston Scott to 54 yards on 19 carries. I thought they did a pretty good job. Obviously they wore down, like I said, over the course of the game. They couldn't get much pressure on the quarterback. They only had 1 sack. That needs to be improved on. But the offense couldn't get anything going, and we had a crucial turnover, obviously, in the late point of the game. Daniel Jones had 2 turnovers two turnovers overall, 1 fumble, 1 interception. The fumble was incredibly costly. A lot of people in the chat put that on Jalapeno. I didn't see it. It looked like a snap he should have controlled, and even after he didn't, he should have fallen on it. But he's a rookie. I'm not going to get on him for that if he continues to do that in year 2, especially when you factor in the rain. I'm not going to get too much on Daniel Jones for that. But obviously, that's something he needs to improve on in his second year. That's got to be the primary focus this offseason. The offensive line played horrendous, especially, really throughout the entire course of the game. There were no running holes for Saquon Barkley for the most part. He was eaten up in the backfield several times. He had at least 3 or 4 runs where he lost 4 yards because he had nowhere to run. They devoured Saquon Barkley this entire game, and they really made it a point to force Daniel Jones to throw the football, which is why he had 47 pass attempts and 301 yards. Barkley, yeah, to his credit, had one really great run, the 68-yard touchdown run. But outside of that, he had 16 carries for 24 yards. That's 1.5 yards a carry. Couldn't get much going. Caden Smith continues to be a bright spot for the offense, and I think he will be a nice piece for this Giants offense going forward. We'll see if they move on from Ingram. They'd have to get a good trade piece, like I said. I think they'll probably bring him back, and they'll have a nice 2 tight end set there. Ellison will absolutely be cut, or he should be, if they know what they're doing. As he only carries, I think, $1 million dead cap hit. And Caden Smith, I assume, will fill his role, being that he's known for his blocking, but has really shown the ability to catch footballs. Had almost 100 yards today, and really got the job done. Golden Tate caught the nice touchdown off the arm of Daniel Jones. Sterling Shepard had a couple of nice catches, but we really couldn't get much going with the offense. Slayton had 50 yards to close out the year. It was just the same story as usual. Couldn't control the clock. Couldn't get after the quarterback. Offense was stagnant for the most part, outside of that one big play by Saquon Barkley and the nice drive by Daniel Jones. And, we got beat by the better team, and hopefully we can improve this team in the offseason because we're going to need to. We have a lot of holes. I expect us to have a new head coach. Of course, I'll have a video up on that tomorrow if the Giants do, in fact, move on from Shermer. I expect them to. And when they do, I'll have a video up on it. I'll give my opinion on which coaches I think they should go after. Of course, I'm going to have a ton of videos up on the rumors in the coaching search, in the free agency, in the draft. I'll cover it all offseason. And I can't say thank you enough to all my Giants subscribers for tuning into all my videos, watching all my stuff all year. Thank you for all your love and support, and hopefully you guys stick around for the offseason. It's going to be a very big offseason. These next 3 months will dictate the future for the New York Giants. I expect them to bring in a coach soon. Gettleman, I think, will stay on by everything I've heard, but you want to get a coach in as soon as possible so you can organize your staff before you hit free agency in March. You want to get things settled and come up with a plan, and I think that's exactly what they'll do. So we'll see who they bring in the coaching search. I would think within the next couple of weeks, we will know who the New York Giants head coach will be going forward if it is not Pat, which I don't expect it to be. Michael Thomas, I should have mentioned, had a really nice game, actually. Had a lot of tackles in the game, 13, but he was noticeably involved throughout the game. Julian Love had a couple of nice open field tackles. So there were some nice individual performances by the defense. And I'm not really putting the loss on the defense. Yeah, you look at the score, but like I said, the defense got worn down over the course of the game because the offense couldn't control the clock. And Daniel Jones' costly fumble was really the big turning point in this game. I'm going to miss Eli Manning as his last game. I didn't expect him, as the game wore along, I said, you know what, Eli's not even going to want to come out. And I don't blame him. He had the same mindset there where, when they replaced him with Geno Smith and they gave him the option to preserve his streak. Eli Manning he has pride. If he doesn't feel like he's good enough to start, he doesn't want this ceremonial thing. And that's what I love about Eli Manning. Eli Manning's a New York Giant through and through, and we're all going to miss him. We're all going to miss him. I think a lot of people may not have realized what Eli Manning meant to this organization. I love Eli Manning. I love the New York Giants, and hopefully Daniel Jones gives us what Eli did, which he was a class act and won us 2 Super Bowls, and hopefully Eli Manning showed him the way for Daniel Jones to accomplish the same things Eli Manning did. I'll take half of what Eli Manning did if you get me 1 ring. But, it was tough to see Eli Manning end his career as a Giant, but all great things come to an end, and hopefully we have another great thing in Daniel Jones. We'll find out what he's got in year 2. Showed a lot of promise this year. Obviously has a lot to work on. We got thoroughly outplayed in this game. Time of possession, everything. So, not much else to say, guys. We got beat by a better football team. It was a game I was pumped up for going in, having the opportunity to knock out the Philadelphia Eagles. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it done. And unfortunately, the Eagles are going to have a chance to go on a run, much like we did when we went 9-7. I don't expect them to. They're very banged up, but you never know. They won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. We'll have to see how that plays out, and we'll, of course, see how the New York Giants offseason plays out starting tomorrow. We'll have a lot of video content up, but I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in, supporting the channel. And if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.